everyone, and welcome to my channel, Korea in Portsaid, where everything is Korean. You might have been wondering, how did the world start to know more about South Korea? Well, that's a pretty good question. This all happened due to Hallyu, aka Korean wave. Now, you might be asking yourself a question, right? What is this Hallyu? Well, simply, it is the turning point that made Korea's culture spread all over the world with the help of Korean TV shows, K-dramas, and of course, K-pop. And in this video, I'm going to be mentioning two of the most famous K-dramas that helped spread Korea's culture everywhere in the 2000s. When talking about K-dramas that had a great impact on people and left a mark on their hearts, we have to talk about Winter Sonata. It is the story of Chun Yoo-jin, who falls in love with her fellow student Kang Jun-sang, who recently switched schools and hopes to find his biological father. And on the night he decided to confess his love for her, he had an accident. Chun Yoo-jin and her friends were deeply wounded, and she could never forget him. Even after getting engaged to Sang-hyuk, who's been in love with her since high school, she could never forget Kang Jun-sang. Fast forward after the death of her lover, Yoo-jin, who became an interior designer, meets her lover again, but this time it was a different person with a different identity. A man named Lee Min-young, an architect who came back from New York to establish his own firm in South Korea, looked exactly like her deceased lover. He was the boyfriend of one of her high school friends. She kept feeling that he is her deceased lover, and at the end we find out that he's actually her deceased lover. But he lost his memory, and his mother gave him a new identity for her own vicious desires. Kang Jun-sang falls in love again with Chun Yoo-jin, and then he finds out who he really is, but his mother ruins it all. She makes him think that Chun Yoo-jin is actually his sister, which prevents them from getting married. But then after Kang Jun-sang and Chun Yoo-jin find out that they're not siblings, Kang Jun-sang decides to leave Yoo-jin because he found out that he might lose his sight. Kang Jun-sang decides to build Yoo-jin's dream house and then leave the country. But Yoo-jin tried to follow him and tried to prevent him from going away, but she failed. Fast forward after many years, when Chun Yoo-jin and Sang-hyuk came back to Korea after studying abroad, Yoo-jin then finds out that someone built her dream house. And when she goes to look at the house, she meets again her lover, Kang Jun-sang, who chose to become blind and postpone his eye surgery just to build their dream house.
누구시죠? 유진이니?
김상이니?
The final episode ends with them kissing and hugging each other, giving us a sign that they will be lovers and together forever.
나를 잡고 있는 너의 모든 것 내가 웃고 싶을 때만.
Next up, we have one of the most famous Korean TV shows that was one of the main factors of the Korean wave, Jewel in the Palace, or I should say, 대장금. Briefly speaking, this K-drama is based on a true story of the young orphan Jang-geum, set about 500 years ago during the Joseon dynasty, when the social structure was neglecting the influence of women and men were the only dominators. Jang-geum became the first royal female physician during that time. She faced and battled all the social discrimination by becoming both the royal cook and later on the royal physician responsible for the king's health. She was so great that the king himself named her Jang-geum, which means the great Jang-geum. Watching the journey of our life, love story, breakdowns and success really touched our hearts in a massive way. Airing in September 15th, 2003, this K-drama produced for $15 million earned later $103.4 million after being exported to 91 different countries worldwide, taking one of the top seats of the most highly effective K-dramas that helped spread the Korean culture worldwide and becoming on the top of the list of the most highly ranked K-dramas in the history, boosting the Korean wave even more. And that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. Make sure to follow me to watch more videos about K-dramas, K-pop, Korean culture, and even language studying videos. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like my video. See you next time. Bye!